When I was 7 years old, I jumped into a swimming pool, not having learned to swim, and quickly felt myself drowning. And it was at that point where I began to feel like I was not going to survive. Fortunately for me, a stranger pulled me out of the water and saved my life. Unfortunately, I would feel that same sensation of drowning several years later in the Chicago public school system. When I reached high school, I began to notice a great disparity between the high school I attended and high schools outside my local community. With outdated textbooks, outdated technology, and an overall disengaged atmosphere, my motivation suffered and my grades failed. In my neighborhood, all we could expect to become was a blue-collar worker, a fast food clerk, a store cashier, all things that do not require a higher education. But I was lucky. Another stranger saved me from drowning. I met a teacher who challenged me mentally and pushed me to explore different avenues in life. He taught me about the financial markets, the stock market, the housing market, and their effect on the economy. And eventually, he opened my mind to a world of possibilities. I would then enter the world of finance, resulting in the mortgage professional you see here today, something I could not have envisioned without his help. In America, as well as other countries across the world, many people do not have smartphones, computers, or access to the internet. Those who come from impoverished areas like certain parts of my hometown, Chicago, are greatly disadvantaged. They cannot reach their full potential and are excluded from a great deal of opportunities simply because they do not know what lies beyond their own existence. Having experienced this firsthand, 2 friends and I started a nonprofit organization called As One We Can. It provides disadvantaged youth in the inner city of Chicago with the necessary tools and resources needed to survive. We run educational workshops, teach career skills building, and organize sports activities such as basketball in the streets to teach them teamwork and leadership. We also take them on culturally expanding activities such as trips to the library where they can use a computer for the first time, surf the internet to find new ideas which will hopefully inspire them to a new life. We are determined to make a difference in the lives of others, to help others, just as I have been helped. Last summer, a participant in our program enrolled in college to become a nurse. She said our faith in her made her feel like she could succeed. Education is empowering, and as young leaders, we must fight to raise its standards wherever we are in the world. Once we return home to our respective countries and cities, let's not be passive. Let's confront this problem by being mentors and role models to disadvantaged youth in our areas. Let's expand their minds to different opportunities outside the realm of their normal environment. Let's start campaigns to donate smartphones, computers, laptops, and tablets to those less fortunate, and hold workshops teaching them how to use them. Let's set up local sports events, which will teach them something new about the wider world that they live in. By doing these things, they will receive some of the tools and resources necessary for growth. But more importantly, we will instill hope back into the lives of those who fear for themselves and children's ability to succeed. One day, a young boy tried to trick a wise man by saying, "I have a bird in my hand. Can you tell me whether it is dead or alive?" The young boy knew if the wise man said the bird was alive, he would simply crush the bird. Or if the wise man said the bird was dead, he would simply let the bird fly free. The wise man then responded by saying, "I cannot tell you whether the bird is dead or alive, but I can tell you that it is in your hands." Just like the wise man, I cannot tell you whether we will be able to provide the entire world with internet access, but it is in your hands. And I do not know if we can increase the amount of those who can read and do basic math across the world, but it is in your hands. And I do not know if we can reform our educational system to save those who feel like they are drowning and cannot survive, but it is in your hands. Thank you. Thank you.